During the G7 summit in France, which ended few days ago, Donald Trump took time to praise President Xi of China and Vladimir Putin of Russia. Listen to what Donald Trump said during the G7 summit in France about Vladimir Putin and President Xi of China.
I want to thank China, President Xi. I was with him, and he stayed neutral, totally neutral, and I appreciate it. And I want to thank Vladimir Putin. He was very neutral. They could have made it much more difficult for us. And I want to say it. You know, somebody would say, "Oh, that's terrible. He's thanking President Xi of China." Well, let me tell you, I had a long talk with him. You know, they have shoulder weapons to knock down airplanes. That it's not like the real deal, but they're accurate. They're fairly accurate. I said I would really appreciate you're not giving or selling any of that stuff to Iran. And you know what? For the most part, he didn't. So I just want to thank them because they made it a lot better.
So according to Mr. Tariff, President Jinping of China and Vladimir Putin of Russia were the only presidents who were neutral in this conflict between the United States and Iran. Donald Trump applauded them, celebrated them, showered them with praises for staying neutral in this conflict between the United States and Iran. Donald Trump claimed that they did not interfere in the conflict and they did not send weapons to Iran. And Donald Trump is very happy about that. But when this conflict was going on, Donald Trump came out and said he has wrote a letter to the president of China asking him to stop sending weapons to Iran. And also the United States intelligence came out with several reports weeks ago claiming that Russia and China are providing intelligence to Iran. I believe most of you saw the reports. They claim that all the intelligence that Iran has been using throughout this conflict was provided by China and Russia. And that is why Iran was so successful in targeting the United States military bases, their embassies, and their infrastructures in the region. Here we are, Donald Trump claiming that President Jinping was neutral and Vladimir Putin was also neutral, that they didn't support Iran throughout this conflict. You know, each time I tell you that Donald Trump is a content creator, you will not understand. Donald Trump is a content creator. That's one of his talents. He's not only learning it, but he knows how to create content. You cannot understand Donald Trump. Now, the G7 meeting, right? This is a summit where you have some of the European leaders, some of the NATO members in that meeting. And you know they don't like China and Russia, especially Vladimir Putin. You know they don't like them. And you are coming up to give a slap on their faces, because this was a total slap on the European leaders and the NATO members, applauding and celebrating Vladimir Putin and President Jinping of China. I don't know what is wrong with Donald Trump. I don't know what is wrong with Donald Trump. You cannot understand this guy. There are times you want to hate Donald Trump, then he will come up with something that will make you to like him. There's Donald Trump needs to be studied. Donald Trump needs to be studied. However, several reports confirm that all the intelligence that Iran has been using throughout this conflict was provided by Russia and China. Yes, that is why Iran was so precise. They were so direct in their attacks. They hardly make mistakes. If they are going for the United States military base, they don't make mistakes. If they are going for their embassy or for their infrastructure, they are precise. They are direct. In fact, Iran hardly make mistakes, or they have not made any mistakes throughout this conflict, thanks to the intelligence that they have been using. And it was provided by Russia and China. So I don't know why Donald Trump is coming out now to shower President Jinping and President Vladimir Putin with these praises. I don't know. I don't know why he has started kissing their asses, because Donald Trump is definitely kissing their asses at this point. I don't know where all these praises are coming from. And you know the hatred that most of the European leaders have towards Vladimir Putin and President Jinping of China. Only few of them are starting to fix their relationship with these two leaders. Trust me. And Donald Trump came up, you stood up and started showering them with praises. I don't know what China and Russia has done to him, but what do you think? What do you think about these claims by Donald Trump that Russia and China were neutral in this conflict? Let me know what you think about it. Remember to like, comment, and look out for my next update. God bless you.